parlayed that money into another business. And that's what I've done. And you can do it, because my thoughts were, if I can make this work for me instead of me working for it, I can experience what the world has for me. And that's what I've done. And it's taken me places that I never thought I would ever go. It wasn't even in my wildest dreams, but I've traveled there and I've done that. Okay. I've had lunch underneath a waterfall in the Smoky Mountains. I've seen bears walk past me as though I was part of the community. They didn't attack me or anything like that. They were beautiful. I've done things that most people say, especially in the culture of the African American community, what are you thinking? Why would you do that? Like when I went cliff diving, I had a ball. I had a ball. I've done whitewater rafting and tubing down the Delaware River and all of those things. Hunt. My dad was a hunter. My dad was a fisherman. We learned all of that stuff as a first nature. That was us. So the world was always open to me. But I didn't realize in all of that the world wasn't open to everyone else until I became an adult and ventured out and started learning that some people just don't know. Some people just don't have it in them, and one of the most heartbreaking things that I've ever experienced was listening to a young lady tell her brothers and sisters that she had gone to the other side of town. They lived in Clayton County, Georgia, okay, which is right outside of Atlanta. She had actually gone to Buckhead, Atlanta, 30 minutes away from her house. And it opened her world up because she saw things that she never thought that she would ever see. She actually told her brothers and sisters with such excitement, I actually saw a real Louis Vuitton store. They actually exist. That right there is heartbreaking, because how many other children are in that predicament? How many adults are in that predicament? How many people don't have that view of outside of the fish tank? Get outside of your fish tank. And that's going to be my new thing. Outside of your fish tank, get outside of it, because once you're outside of it, it's nothing here but world. Nothing but world, opportunity, and experiences. Get out and learn to live your life the way that you were intended to live it, and stop worrying about, but I got to go to this job. Because at the end of the day, that job is still going to be there, and you will have lived your entire life not ever experiencing anything and not ever going anywhere except in your mind when you watch TV. Why is Cookie and Lucius the most exciting thing in the African community right now? Because they're living a life of luxury. They're going out and they're doing things. But you know what I've realized, even watching that show in Empire, they don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. They don't show you how they're out enjoying their money and out taking vacations and doing things. They only show you the drama that ensues inside of all of that, because they know that that's what feeds their audience. But if you take the time to get out and meet somebody who is different from you, you can go to the grocery store and just turn around and start talking to somebody online. I guarantee you will learn something about them that you never thought would be a part of the world or a part of your world. So again, 6 months, 6 new things. Start small. Instead of going to McDonald's or your favorite little restaurant that you go to something different. Find a Cuban restaurant. Oh my God, find a Cuban restaurant. Find a Dominican restaurant. You want to eat good. Find a Cuban, Dominican, a Mexican, a Colombian restaurant and get in there. Find an Indian restaurant, a Thai food restaurant. Find something that's outside of your norm, because guess what? If you go to China, you're not going to get what you get in these restaurants, because that is not what they serve in China. So get out and go find some new stuff. Go do something new. If there is a place that is in your local area, within your city limits, that you've never done, like the Ferris wheel downtown Atlanta, or a play, or a concert or a musical, go experience it, because travel engulfs all of that. That's something that's going to allow you to expand, because it takes you outside of yourself. And then when you do that, make it a whole experience, an entire experience. Do something that you've never done. It doesn't take a lot. Just do it. If you can get on a cruise, do you understand that you can get on a cruise for the weekend and leave America and go over into the Bahamas for less than $500? Yeah, everybody's getting ready to get their taxes in. That should be on your list. Leave and go to another country. Experience another country. You can get on a cruise and shoot right on over there, have a good time doing it, and then turn around and come on back. There's your weekend. You come home and you're good to go. You just experienced something that most of the people that you will see when you come in on Monday morning don't even understand, have not experienced, okay, haven't even thought about it, because they believe that it's so far out of their reach. So, there are a lot of things that you can do as far as getting out and experiencing the world. A lot of things. And during my time on this show, I'm going to do my best to expose you to not just where to go, but how to do it, and to do it in an economical way that fits your budget. Okay. Everybody has a budget, no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are. Everybody has a budget. And if you don't, you need to get one, because that's how you're going to be able to establish things in your world. So, we're going to look at a lot of different things from a lot of different directions. And I'm going to do my best to expose you to as much as possible, especially when it comes down to, kind of taking advantage of the travel industry. Because again, travel industry is a $8 trillion with a T, not a M, not a B, $8 trillion industry. And it's poised to triple in the next 5 to 15 years. If you get 1% of that $8 trillion, has it not changed your world? Has it not changed your grandchildren, your grandchildren's children? It has changed everything. It's better than hitting the lottery. Okay? Because the lottery is a one shot, one kill situation. You get into that travel industry and you start pulling off some of that $8 trillion. And, you can now have residual income. You now can fire your boss, and you now can travel for a living, because that's what I do. I travel, I book travel, and I travel, and I get paid for both of them. Why not? And while I'm out there, I'm having a ball, because I'm trying to get to know every culture from the inside out that I can touch. And that's something that, a lot of people in general don't know that it's possible. Everybody thinks that, okay, you just go on the computer, you book Travelocity or booking, booking.com and all of that stuff. And voila, it magically appears. No. There are people on the other side of that link that is getting paid every time you touch that computer and book a trip, be it a flight, be it a rental car, be it a train, be it a plane, be it a hotel, whatever. There's somebody getting that money. And during my time here, I'm going to explain to you and teach you how you can be that person on the other side as well. And you can get out there and you can travel and you can do things and you can experience life and you can meet people that you never thought you would ever meet. You meet people you never knew that you could ever meet, because I have. I brought in New Year and in a house party, having a ball with people that are 6-figure and better. You ever heard, a lot of people talk about that 6-figure salary, but I was hanging out with somebody that got an 8-figure salary. That's when you balling. That's when you having a good time. And we all are colleagues. So these are things that I can steer you towards, and I want to expose you to, because getting out and experiencing the world is what I feel is important to all of us, because we sit here and we watch TV and we watch these people do these great things, like in my background right now, I'm eyeing this dude that's down deep sea diving right now. He's off the coast of Turk and Caicos. He's out there having a ball. There's nothing else going on except him that water and everything that's in that water. Why can't we do that? What's stopping us? Because we can't swim? That's okay too. We can find other things that we could do because we can't swim. We can learn how to swim, but what you can't do is restart your whole world, your whole life, and experience it later on. So again, a mission that I have is to getting people outside of their own culture, outside of their own boundaries, and breaking down these invisible walls so that you can see the world as your own and you can take control of your life and everything that is there to offer you. And you can bring it in and build you something that you can love instead of just settle for. So I'm going to break and give you a little bit more music from a couple of other artists that I have come in contact with. Let you enjoy that. And then we're going to go ahead and close out and do our salutations. And here you go.